him on the field a lot, and I don't think that's going to be a good thing. I think he's going to need some time to develop. I think they're going to need a good defensive front, and I think he's going to struggle this year, and I think he could be maybe a bust in fantasy-wise. I don't think he's going to be a bust in normal NFL, but fantasy, I bet you he could drop off. Dave, who's your bust of the fantasy season?
Yeah, I would stick with the quarterback, but I'm saying Ryan Tannehill. For reasons we mentioned earlier in the show, that he doesn't really have much around him, and I'm not a big fan of him. What do you think of Tannehill fantasy?
I think it'd be crazy to even go near him as fantasy. I'm one of those guys that like to wait on quarterbacks because there's great value at the bottom if you can rack up your receivers. We'll have a lot of shows on Fantasy Focus with me and Dave, and we'll be talking a lot about fantasy. But Tannehill, I just think I wouldn't go near, and I don't think anyone else would either. But yeah, he just shows great bust potential, fantasy and real.
Yeah, all right. Now that's gonna wrap it up for fantasy. But now another question about the draft. Who do you think was the most shocking pick in the first round?
The most shocking pick to me is Bruce Irvin. I had him as one of the biggest busts that's going to be from the NFL draft 2012. Like I said, I've never heard of this guy before. He looks really undersized. I was really shocked. Quentin Coples and Melvin Ingram were both still on the board when the Seattle Seahawks went. I don't know actually if Melvin Ingram did, because he did go by the Chargers. I'm not sure if the Chargers jumped ahead of the Seahawks.
I don't think they did.
I don't think so either, because I remember watching this deal from like, okay, they're going to get either Irving or Copel, so they need a pass rusher. And then Irving just came out of the blue, and I heard of him once because I was doing my mock draft, and I had him going to the Titans just to fill a spot. And I just think he was the most shocking, because the Seahawks, I guess, just really liked him, but he's just got a lot of outside of the field troubles. Who was your most surprising pick in the first round?
Well, I don't really know about the first round, but I think I'm just gonna say I think that Barron went a little too early to the Buccaneers. I think that they wanted Morris Claiborne. They were expecting to get him, but when he went when he went earlier, I was expecting them to get another corner.
Yeah,
Gilmore.
Yeah, that's a great point. Barron, I mean, he's got a lot of potential, but I agree with you. I think he did go a little too early. Dave, another question. Who was the guy that you were most surprised defense that did not go in the first round?
Who didn't go in the first round for defense? That's a good question. I'm gonna spin it back to you. What do you think?
I'm gonna say, to be honest, Courtney Upshaw, outside linebacker from Alabama. He can play defensive end too if they want to run the 4-3, maybe. He went to the Baltimore Ravens in the second round. I really thought the Packers were going to take a chance on this kid. Shouldn't really be saying kid since I'm a kid, but I just thought, I was really surprised. I thought he was, Dante Hightower, the linebacker of Alabama, was the guy from Alabama I thought was going to drop out of the first round.
Yeah.
But he went to the Patriots. But I was really surprised. Upshaw shows great potential. So what about you?
Yeah, I totally agree with Upshaw. I mean, earlier, like maybe 3 weeks before the draft, Upshaw was really expected to go high, like maybe even top 10. But then he really dropped ever since then.
Yeah. Okay. So another question: the best division.
That's tough. I might have to say the AFC East, though. With the Bills, obviously had a great draft, as I said earlier. The Patriots stacked up their defense, made it a lot better. The Dolphins improved their quarterback situation with getting Tannehill, and then the Jets did pretty good in their draft too. They got Rockers, I think.
The Jets, I forgot. Oh, Quentin
Copel, Jets.
Pennsylvania UNC.
Yeah, and they also got receiver Stephen Hill. So.
Yeah, I agree 100%. I was gonna say AFC East too. The Bills and the Patriots to me had the two best drafts out of them. I'm gonna take out the Dolphins here mainly just because the Tannehill pick. The Tannehill pick just spoiled the whole draft for them, in my opinion. But the Jets and Patriots and Bills all had great drafts. I was surprised the Patriots did remain stayed with the 2 picks in the first round. They got Chandler Jones, defensive end out of Syracuse, and they got Dante Hightower, linebacker out of Alabama. And I think the Bills and them just are going to really excel because of their draft picks.
Yeah, right.
Okay. That is going to do it for our show today. Make sure to subscribe to us on YouTube at youtube.com/NFLExperts. Follow me on Twitter at DBSportsStuff, and follow Dave at Crest Sports. that little crest, that little line below it, and then sports. And make sure to tune in to all our shows on blogtalkradio.com. That'll be every Tuesday at 3:30.